AMD is going to dominate 2022. Let's talk about why. What's up, guys? Andrew here on my channel, Gear Inc., where I get to share what I'm passionate about with you. To my channel, that's PC Tech, Games, and Gear. Today, I want to talk with all of you why I believe AMD is going to continue to dominate 2022. Now, as a guy who actually works for a company that builds computers, no, I can't say which one, I see a lot of trends. There's a lot of inside information that I kind of have access to. Now, I don't think that AMD is going to dominate in the GPU market, and I'm going to kind of go into another video on that. But when it comes to CPUs, I truly believe that they're going to continue to be kind of the CPU and platform of choice for the majority of gamers out there. Now, during AMD's recent keynote, they announced their brand new Ryzen 5000 refresh with 3D cache. These are going to be CPUs at a slightly higher, price point when they come to market, but add a performance to retake the gaming crown away from 12th gen Intel, which objectively is slightly faster for gaming, but it's really, really close. Now, while these new CPUs look fantastic, it puts gamers in an awkward position. Let's say that you have an AM4 motherboard and you do a BIOS update because you want one of these new CPUs. That's fantastic if you're upgrading from maybe a lower generation or lower, CPU in the stack from AMD. Now, this new CPU lineup, however, puts gamers in a very awkward position because there's something even more exciting coming out at the end of the year, and that is Zen 4. AMD showed off their new Ryzen 7000 CPUs, specifically their Raphael architecture, the best Ninja Turtle by the way, along with showing off both performance uplift, efficiency uplift, along with the new AM5 chipset, which is going to essentially look much similar to Intel as far as the socket design. These new CPUs are going to be the generational uplift that they've been promising, along with brand new DDR5, which hopefully is going to be by that point, somewhat cheaper, but also actually objectively worth buying, because right now it doesn't give a whole lot of uplift to gaming performance. So as a PC guy, it puts you in a very awkward position. The Ryzen 5000 CPU refresh gives you uplifted performance. If you're updating maybe from a lower CPU in the stack or an older generation, maybe that's the way you go. But now you're essentially investing in a dead platform because at the end of the year, AM4 support will go away. Lisa Su also said excitedly that the AM5 chipset will be supported in the same way the AM4 chipset was, meaning that you should probably get multiple generations out of whatever motherboard you buy, and with a simple BIOS update, you can throw in a new CPU. This has been such a winning strategy for AMD, and I'm very excited to see that they want to continue to support it moving forward. So the real question is, knowing all this, what decision do you make? Personally, Ryzen 5000 refresh looks like it's going to be a very great value, but I can't see any gamers, specifically people who have AMD setups, going out and buying these new CPUs, especially if the performance uplift is maybe between 7 to 10% in gaming. Because once again, what you're buying into is a dead platform. Now, if you were like me, a guy who actually bought end of generation platform when the next one came out to save as much money as possible, there are going to be, I'm sure, a lot of used parts hitting the market when those new Zen 4 chips hit us sometime in late holiday season. The other thing that AMD really has on their side right now is perceptually they're the good guys. Intel for so long didn't innovate, still having a hard time shaking off kind of the cobwebs of perceptually the company that really didn't offer much, improved value to the market until they were forced to. So anyway, guys, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming out in 2022. AMD is in probably the best position they've been in a long time to continue to capitalize on their CPU games within this next year. Now, the question to ask yourself is, are you going to upgrade to the new Ryzen 5000 refresh? Or are you going to hold that money in your wallet until the new Zen architecture comes out later this year? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a big thumbs up. If you thought it was terrible, leave me a thumbs down. Remember to get subscribed and hit that bell icon so you know when these videos drop next. Now, I am going to talk about the GPU market and specifically why NVIDIA is actually going to dominate on that going into 2022, as well as I have a giveaway video in the works. But as always, guys, I'm going to continue to make content. I appreciate all of you, and I'll hope to see every single one of you next time here on Gear Inc.